Welcome to Between Two Pastries with Annie and Nicole. I'm Nicole.
I'm Annie. Hey everyone. Today we are going to talk to Nicole about her path to becoming an RD and what her philosophy is. Similar to when you guys got to meet me, now we get to meet Nicole. So, Nicole, are you ready?
I guess so. Let's do this. I know, it's nerve-wracking.
All right. Okay, so tell me about your pathway to becoming a dietitian.
Pathway kind of, similar to most where you get your undergrad. For me, I didn't actually go on to get my master's. I was super focused on what I wanted to do, and I just wanted to get working, to be honest. So I worked in the field immediately. I had about 4 jobs at one time because I did not want to work full-time anywhere.
Whoa, what kind of job?
I know. So I worked in outpatient. I worked at a very popular athletic club and created their nutrition program right now. And then I also worked at a long-term care facility. And then at the same time, I was consulting at a day spa. So workaholic.
That's like everything.
I am, but I wanted to gain as much experience as possible before I had ventured out into private practice. And then it wasn't too long after that where I was in private practice.
Okay.
I'm actually coming up on my 20th anniversary of being in private practice.
Oh my God.
I know. April will be
Holy crap.
Literally the 20th anniversary. So yeah, so I've been practicing now.
We got an expert.
Yeah, I've been practicing now for about 21 years, but in private practice for 20.
That's awesome.
So yeah, it's been very, very exciting.
What else do you do? So you do private practice.
Yeah, so I own and operate Way of Life Nutrition and Fitness. I also am the dietitian for the Milwaukee Brewers, and then I also consult at a sports clinic periodically as well. So
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, so that would make me a registered dietitian, a certified dietitian, and then I am also a board certified dietitian in sports dietetics.
What does that mean, board certified?
So whenever something is board certified, it usually means you have to study really hard and take a really big stupid test, and then you finally get your credential. The thing about any board certification that's in addition, say, to like a degree, though, is that you usually have to maintain credits around it, and then you have to retake the test after a particular time, keep passing to maintain that credential.
Yeah, it's super hard.
It is hard.
It means you're really, really good at that certification.
Maybe, yeah.
It means you are truly the expert at sports.
Yeah.
So that's what you would say your type of dietitian and what you specialize in is sports.
Yeah, so one of my specialties is sports. It's kind of always been my main focus since even being in practice. And like you, in turn, you kind of automatically end up working with a lot of disordered eating and eating disorders in general. I also do a lot of work with like the female triad as well. In addition, I see lots of weight management and lots of digestive disorders, honestly. But there isn't any client that I would turn away if I know that I can help them.
What's the female athlete triad?
So female athlete triad is basically when the athlete has low energy availability, meaning not enough energy to support basic functioning in the body. Typically that's found with a loss of menstrual cycle, and then also can be found with having a lower bone, mineral density. So either osteopenia or, unfortunately, I'm seeing some of these really young girls who are osteoporotic.
Sounds like you're an expert, really. So everyone should be passing this podcast on to their friends and family, because this is where you're going to get the right information. No, she's absolutely right. And we're going to talk about that. That topic will come up, I'm sure. That's
many
a big
topics.
One. But just to show you, we know what we're doing here. Just Google it. It's going to be exactly right. So, what do you like about being a dietitian?
I think one thing I really like about being a dietitian, number one, always that you're able to really help people. Part of my nutrition philosophy, even though we haven't gotten that far yet, though, is helping people kind of gain a different perspective about how they look at food, how they have a relationship with food, and becoming more expansive and inclusive versus exclusive. So instead of getting rid of certain things, what more can we incorporate in someone's diet to really help them A, feel how they want to feel, B, maybe perform in a way they wish to perform, or have any sort of other result that they wish to have. Obviously, everybody is kind of a different case, but truly, no matter what the issue is, I really, really empower people to help them look at food differently.
Can you give an example of like what you mean by looking at food differently?
Well, kind of like what we were talking about with your interview about the crazy diet culture and the do's and don'ts and eat this and don't eat that and all of these rules around things. And so, as we were discussing with you, Annie, food is truly just food. And there's some food that's more nutritive and there's some food that is less nutritive, but it doesn't mean that it's something that you can't do or shouldn't do. It's really about finding your own personal balance with things. Yeah. So like personally, I eat chocolate every single day in some form because that's really one of my main things. Do I have to? No. And some days I don't. But I never not let myself eat anything that
Yeah, because what happens when you don't allow yourself to eat chocolate?
Well, and with anybody who doesn't allow themselves to eat anything, you're thinking about that a lot more often.
All the time.
Right. So there's so much psychology around our food, too. And that's why it's important that we kind of have a better understanding and better relationship with what food actually means to us. So for me, food is truly fuel. Mm-hmm. And really, that is honestly how I see it. I really don't... I don't focus too much on it at all. I hate cooking. My favorite thing to do is baking. So everything I do is super fast, but that's also something I can offer my clients too, because I have just ideas come super quick because I'm all about saving time. Yep. But I get in what I need, and that's what's important.
Okay, let me ask you this. When you bake, do you measure or do you just eyeball?
You know what? I literally... I eyeball everything.
I do too.
I don't even really follow recipes. So I actually have a ton of recipes that I've created myself. In fact, my husband will...
default.
Yeah, when I'll make something, my husband will even be like, oh my gosh, you better remember this one. And I'm like, well, we'll see. We'll see
Maybe.
What happens next time.
If you're lucky. That's so funny. My sister is when she loves to bake, but she is like exact measurements. So when we're together and you've got one person with flour all over the place, sifting, you don't need to sift. And you've got another one with exact perfection of measure. It's just it's funny.
I always think, if you're not making a mess, you're not having a good time.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Exactly.
Definitely.
That's awesome. So did you kind of told us your nutrition philosophy. Do you have anything else you want to add to that? Or
no.
You good?
No, I think we're good there. I'm really just a big fan of helping people stop thinking about food all the time and stop having it be this major focus and really just tuning into how can we care for your body the best? Mm-hmm. And that's going to include, donuts for Annie and Doritos for someone else, and it's just
beans and rice,
the way
and
it
fruits
is. But it's understanding how those foods fit and why it's really okay, and why no one's going to die or get cancer because they had
a Dorito.
So anyway,
Oh God, I love Cool Ranch Doritos. I like licking the flavoring.
Are you serious?
Oh, I love Cool Ranch. Oh,
well, it's because sometimes I suppose it can be super thick.
I love that. It's so good.
It's funny.
And then you brush your teeth and it still tastes
It's disgusting. That's when it gets gross. That's when you wish you didn't do that.
I know. Every time.
That's when you need one of those tongue scrapers.
Yes. Yeah. It's true. Cool Ranch Doritos equals tongue scraper.
That's disgusting. So gross.
All right. Well, on that note, donuts and Doritos.
Yeah.
All right. Break. All right. So, Nicole, back to you. Let me know one fact about yourself people don't know about.
I think one of my main passions in life is dance. I've always been a dancer, and I've maintained that through my entire life. And so,
did you start in ballet?
Yeah, okay. So classically trained, and then I am an Argentine tango dancer.
That's awesome.
And it's my absolute love. I actually went to Argentina to study it a little bit, even while I was still in private practice. But
it's okay.
I really submerged myself into it. It literally has saved my life on a lot of levels and taught me a lot about myself personally and also working in relationship with others. It's really a very fascinating dance for anybody who is interested.
We're going to have to definitely see you do that.
Oh my gosh. It's so funny. I feel like no one's seen me do it.
I don't
it's like
think so.
Yeah, there's like anyway. There's like no video pictures. It's so wild, actually.
Oh, I can't wait.
But
that
anyway.
will be a podcast. I remember starting in ballet when I was, 4 years old.
Oh, yeah.
And I should have known when I couldn't touch my toes then.
that this wasn't going to work.
This was not going to be a good thing.
This wasn't your sport?
Right. Or like all the little kids doing their, bridges and flipping their legs over their head. And I was like, what?
I know.
Let me do a somersault.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that didn't work for me. But dance is amazing. I think that's so cool. And you do a very particular type of dance, which is awesome.
Thank you. Yeah.
What about your favorite food? Not least favorite food. What do you like or don't like?
Least favorite food. It's really hard to say. I think there's not a whole lot of things that I don't really like. You know what I don't like are mokis.
Like the Japanese ice cream
absolutely
covered.
Disgusting.
Is it a texture thing for you? Is it? Wait, okay, let's define it. It's ice cream covered in dough.
It's so weird.
And it's not fried dough. It's like dough.
There's something so gross about it, in particular the green tea one. Why is anybody making a dessert made out of green tea? No, thank you.
I don't like eating things that taste like leaves. So like things that are like lavender which is not that often, or like things that just are leaves in nature. I don't feel like we should eat those.
Would you not like kale chips then?
I wouldn't. That's not for me.
Kale chips are one of my favorite things.
If you're gonna have to make them for us.
I can do that.
Yeah, you're going to have to make them because I am one of those, if I'm going to eat a potato chip or a kale chip, I am going to buy a kettle chip.
Yeah, I understand.
Specifically. So, if we make them and they're good, I could imagine a kale chip is good, but if you're going to hand me a kale smoothie, I'm probably going to say nope.
I would agree. I never recommend kale in smoothies because it's too bitter and you can taste it too
it's
much.
So bitter.
You keep going up in those greens classes and they get stronger and stronger.
My guinea pigs like kale.
I bet they do.
Yeah, that's who should be eating kale, by the way.
Exactly who should be eating kale.
So your least favorite food is Japanese desserts.
Oh, yeah.
What about your favorite food?
Besides chocolate, I'd say broccoli's probably broccoli and portobello mushrooms. I'm not even kidding you. I know. I'm so crazy about this stuff.
But #dietitian.
Yeah. Go ahead and call me that. It's really fine.
Okay, so how do you make your broccoli?
So I like
your favorite way.
Oh gosh, I think it just depends. If you steam it really good, I just find that incredibly yummy, especially on salads.
Oh yeah.
Otherwise, I really like roasting it.
Okay, so you talk about roasting. My sister's in-laws, we were over there. They live in California, so I say we were over there like it was yesterday. But I was out visiting, and my sister's mother-in-law made roasted broccoli, and it was like I probably wanted the whole thing of broccoli. It was so good, and I assume there was, it was probably coated in oil to start, put on the sheet, but the spices she used, it wasn't. I don't think it was just salt and pepper.
Sure,
but had it been just salt and pepper, oh my god, it's so roasted. Anything vegetable is amazing.
Yeah, like Brussels sprouts are probably
it's the only way to eat them.
Yeah.
Or Jolly Green Giant frozen in butter.
Really?
Oh, I'll eat them.
You like those like that.
But I will not eat a plain Brussels sprout.
Yeah.
Makes me gag.
Yeah.
Broccoli and portobello mushrooms. I'm on board with portobello mushrooms. Those are awesome.
Yeah. I know it's strange, but anyway.
A little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit. But that's okay. That's okay.
I've always been a vegetable person versus a fruit person, actually. So
I love fruit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I like all foods. You can put anything in front. I mean, that's just, I guess it's the nature.
Yeah.
So, anything else you want to share?
No, I think that's probably about it, I guess.
That's our talk with Nicole, meeting Nicole and all those fun facts. But if you want to know anything else about her, go onto our Facebook page and go ahead and leave a note, write a post on anything else that you might want to know about Nicole. Otherwise, we will see you next time.
See ya.
Bye, everyone.